Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Venus Baby Tarot, and today I'm just going to give you a timeless message. So whenever this message appears to you, then that is when it is meant for you. If you are looking for a personal session, you can book on my scheduler in the description box below. And if you like my content, I do hope that you will like and subscribe. Okay, Taurus, let's see what Spirit has in store for you. You have the Observer. The Observer. I'm wondering if you're the observer or somebody is observing you. Somebody is observing your work, or somebody is interested in you. They're watching you. Somebody that you could not be aware of, but we'll kind of see how that unfolds for you. Taurus. Okay. Look at that. Mermaid's Love is on the bottom of the deck. You also have the Night Ride right here. And the Night Ride for me can signify assistance and support in your life from individuals. Some people who can help you see the light in the dark, okay? So let's just put that all the way over there. And then let's get couple of these for you, Taurus. You do have the King, Authority, and Diplomacy. The last reading that I came out for you, Taurus, Authority came out. And then you have Revelry and Indulgence with the Satire. Okay, and the hands of fate are at work for you, Taurus, at this time. The hands of fate. So let's get your tarot out on the table. I'm just going to pull these from the top because it saves time, and they're kind of bigger and a little bit more difficult to shuffle. King of Swords, Five of Cups, King of Wands. The Hanged Man, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, the Fool card, Two of Wands, which just keeps coming out for Taurus, and the King of Swords again. I'm going to pull another one to go with her because it's the female King of Swords and the male King of Swords. So you do have the Magician, and then you have the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay, my lovely Taurus friends. I guess let's just do it like this. Bring them in a little bit. Okay. Excuse me. My allergies have been out of control the last few days. Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't even know if you can see all your cards down there. All right, so while I'm getting into the message, I'll fix these. So you do have the King of Swords here for me, which I do feel like kind of indicates a need to make a logical decision in your life, or perhaps that's part of the problem. I feel like perhaps part of the problem is that you have been viewing things too logically, and it has pigeonholed your perspective, okay? And I think we've talked about that recently. And I think that there is a need to gain a different perspective. I think that there are things, there are unknowns, things that you could possibly not even imagine, things that you have not yet seen that are available to you, because I'm noticing the zipper that is unlocking or revealing another way of being. Like right now she's in the garden, she's upside down, but there's a whole other world out there that perhaps she does not see yet, okay? And I feel a little bit like this has to do with things that have been stagnant or delayed in your life with that Hanged Man energy. Like things have just not been moving at the flow that maybe you're used to or that you would like. Things have sort of slowed down. It's really interesting to me because that's kind of the type of energy that I would normally see in the winter time, like slowing down. But as we're in the summertime, it's a little bit different, right? Because I feel like, in the summertime, things tend to move very quickly. However, if you're in an area right now where you have extreme heat, or if you're having, there's natural disasters and that kind of thing, there could be a slowing down of progression in your life, things moving forward. You've been forced to stay at home and not really be able to go out as much and that kind of thing. And so I feel like it might even be a little bit uncomfortable for you is kind of what I'm getting. Excuse me, but I do get the sense that the shift in perspective that is going to happen for you is going to help open up a new world of opportunity, and it's going to help you see things from a much bigger much bigger perspective, look at the bigger picture, that kind of thing. Because ultimately, I feel like sometimes the delays and the things that occur around us, they kind of force us to change the game a little bit. Sometimes we need to go within. Sometimes we need to be at home. It's kind of like, a few years ago, we had like a really bad snowstorm and we were without power and stuck inside for like I didn't have power for almost 2 days. So, it was an interesting time period, and I ended up just like journaling a whole lot is what I did, because I don't drive in the snow. It's not something that I do. And I'm not a big fan of the cold. I grew up in the South, and so it's not really my thing. So I did a lot of journaling, a lot of reflection, had a lot of aha moments in that time. That's the type of energy that I'm seeing here for you, is that, it was a forced situation. It wasn't necessarily something that was of my control, and it was not necessarily something that I would have wanted for myself or for anybody for that matter, but it did bring me something on a very spiritual level that I had not had prior to that experience. It was a deepening of my relationship with myself and the relationship I have with my, spirit team. And, it helped me see a different perspective, because I am getting like a pigeonhole perspective, right? And so kind of what I'm getting to is that, with these little birdies around here, I'm just getting the sense that this has to do with like the signs and the synchronicities and the messages that you're receiving at this time. This can come through friends. This can come through seeing animals or signs on billboards, songs, and, those kind of moments of resonance, where you look around and you see these things and they confirm what your intuition was telling you or what you were already feeling. Sure, that could be confirmation bias, but I'm like, where's the spirituality in that? So I don't, anyway. So I'm noticing here that this individual kind of goes from hanging upside down, and then you see this person like standing on top of this this alligator, very fearless, able to embrace new opportunities with a whole different perspective, a brand new cycle, and it's a more fearless cycle that is occurring. And I do get this sense here with this observer energy. I'm noticing that the dandelion's like flying off of her head. To me, it's kind of like dreams are becoming a reality because of an observer, or because of you observing yourself and seeing things differently, and really taking the moments of things not going your way and using them as opportunities for yourself, opportunities for growth, opportunities for expansion, for deepening your relationship with yourself, or, really deepening your sense of self-acceptance, or just acceptance of things being the way that they are. It's kind of like that whole life on life's terms mentality. Anybody in recovery, you'll know what I'm talking about. But, anyway, it's that life on life's terms. Like, things are this way, and they are this way because of, a reason that I may not really understand. But, in hindsight, you will understand. You will see the relevance in how things have been unfolding, that you will see the relevance in delays. If you're not experiencing any like extreme heat or natural disasters or anything like that, and things have just been relatively stagnant, like you're just kind of feeling a little humdrum, you're feeling like things are just not, they're just subpar. I mean, let's just be real. And that's just kind of how you're feeling. I do get the sense that you are going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You are going to, like I was saying, you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel with that night ride. And, I feel like you are going to establish a sense of more fearlessness and more ferocity, even in terms of your pursuit of whatever it is that you're trying to pursue in life. Okay. And like, we all have our goals and aspirations, etc. Some of them are very small. Some of them are large. Okay. But we all have them. Now, I do see you have the 5 of Cups here, and with the 3 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. And that kind of indicates to me, because I always see the 5 of Cups as like, here's the opportunity. There's like 2 different opportunities, for her to perceive or to look at. She can either look down here or she can look up here. She can look at what is drowning, or she can look at what is growing, and The Three of Pentacles to me is like doing that work to build, to rebuild. For some of you, like this is literally like some sort of natural disaster that you've been experiencing. And my heart sincerely goes out to you if that is something that you've been going through. And I can totally understand the feeling of loss and the feeling of only seeing things, you know, in a certain way right now because of a sense of loss that you may be experiencing, right? And that's totally valid and totally understandable. But there is an opportunity here for you, whether you've been experiencing some sort of disaster in your life or not. There is an opportunity for you to look at what could go right out of this experience. And it could be, you know, deepening your connection with your community. It could be getting the chance to rebuild your life the way that you would have really liked it in the first place, you know? And I do feel like that's kind of what this is talking about. And it doesn't matter what your situation is per se. It's more about like you looking at, instead of what didn't work out or hasn't been working out in terms of, you know, a very limited viewpoint about what it's supposed to look like, start looking at it from the opportunity, like what can you make of this? You know, what can you build from this? What can you grow in this situation? I do feel like this Two of Wands, to me, it's really interesting because she has the world in her hand, but she's looking at the moon. And I think that, to me, I kind of get this energy of like, she's so sick of the planet. Like, she's so sick of the earth. Like, she wants to go live on the moon. And she's sitting there and she's dreaming about like, what life would be like. What would life be like on the other side of this, right? And I think that that's like your opportunity here, is to really look at like, what the solution is, what life would be like on the other side of whatever you've been experiencing in your life. Like really observing your experiences from an objective perspective. Yeah. Okay. So, you got the King of Wands there in your near future. Sorry, my eye itches. My allergies have been horrendous. Yeah, so the King of Wands in your near future with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords. And this is the female King of Swords, and what I love about this is that, look, she is threading her existence. And it's a sparkling one. It's like with stars and stuff. So it's very spiritual. Like, she is mending a situation. I feel like she's mending the situation that had fallen apart, or that was not working out the way that would have... I can't... Sorry, I just can't get my eye to stop itching. That honestly could be a message for some of you, because it's so weird, right? So it's my left eye that's itching, and I feel like this eye right here is looking through. I'm getting, I know it's like a sparrow, but I'm just getting like a pigeonhole is like what I keep thinking. And like, so I'm feeling like there's a resistance. There could be a resistance in seeing the benefit in a situation. You know, I always say that there's beauty in tragedy, and there's not beauty actually in the tragedy itself. Do not misunderstand me, please. Like, that's horrific. What I mean is like, what can come from that? You know, what can result from that can be closer relationships with other people, a deepening of your relationship with your higher power, leaning more into faith, starting to see how things can grow and blossom in your life, even when things have fallen apart. And let me just tell you guys, I have hit rock bottom in my life more times than I can honestly count. And I have seen time and time and time again how I was able to pull myself out of that. And I don't think I did it alone. I did it with my support network and my higher power for sure. But, you know, I was able to come out of that and to be happy again, to be able to revel in the amazingness of life, you know, and that's the beauty that I was able to find after tragedy. Okay. And so that's kind of what I'm getting here a little bit, like any kind of like a challenging situation, like, and like I said, it could literally have been somewhat tragic for you. But again, like I was trying to say back here is that, you know, there's this could be a resistance to see things differently. But I feel like Spirit is really urging you to do it, like really urging you to see things from a different perspective as much as you can, because perspective is everything. And honestly, like the root of all suffering is our attachment and how attached we become to people, places, things, and perceptions. Okay. And if we are so attached to seeing things in a certain way, you know, by God, we are going to suffer. Like, we are going to be literally miserable. And that's that Five of Cups. And that's the message of the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is telling you, like, you are the agent of your own suffering, you know, and I'm not saying that to shame anybody in any capacity, because I myself have definitely, like, fallen into my own suffering and become so engulfed by it before. And it's just been something that I have been taught and learned and try to practice. I'm not perfect, as much as I can, to try to look for the solution or the opportunity as much as I can. Excuse me, because, you know, if we focus on the problems, we tend to see the problems. You know, energy goes where attention flows. And so, or attention, yeah, whatever. Energy flows where attention goes. So if we are putting all of our attention to what is not going right, and to, you know, only looking at things through a certain lens, then, you know, we may create more suffering for our life. You know, we may create more problems for our life, or only see problems. And it's whenever we start to see a different perspective, we start to see a new world, or see a new way, see a new opportunity, a new world opening up for us, then we can start to see more solutions that will unfold for us. And that's where that fearlessness, I feel, comes in for you. It's taking a leap of faith, right? Like, of faith, like, you know, I am just, and that's the thing, I've been getting that from Taurus a lot lately, is like this sort of spiritual reliance, okay, that I'm seeing quite a bit of. Spiritual reliance. So anyway, you do have the King of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Swords over here. And I do love how, like, this king is, like, holding this wand, and they're both females, which is really interesting. Because this deck has both male and female king and queen. Kings. Just kings. Yeah. So anyway, so I do feel like there's this empowered feminine energy for you. You know, that really, how do I put the powerful feminine energy? You know, it's embracing the ability to be self-aware and acknowledge what's happening with you on the inside, to be receptive to yourself and your own needs and your own perspective, and to be able to transmute them, to really get into the flow of that watery type spiritual energy, and to be able to nurture yourself and give yourself grace and understanding, and also to be able to create new. The divine feminine is a very creative energy, right? That's the Empress. That's Mother Nature, always creating, always flourishing, always blossoming. Even though Mother Nature is constantly getting hits from different disasters and stuff, like, she continues to grow. The other day, I literally saw a tree growing out of the middle of concrete. Like, it was a tall tree. I was like, oh my gosh, when did that thing get there? Like, that's crazy, you know? And that is the Earth's and Mother Nature's ability to persevere. That is the energy that you embody, you know? Regardless of the circumstances or the blockages that were in that tree's way, it continued to decide that it was going to grow anyway. Like, it made that decision. Like, it focused on the solution, and it continued to grow and evolve. And I feel like that's this empowered feminine energy that I'm getting for you. And to me, with this King of Wands right here, like, she's literally got a flower behind her head. So she's blossoming, she's flourishing. And sorry, I just saw this cutest little birdie outside my window. It's so tiny. But anyway, and she's got this wand with all this magic, right? Like, this magic wand. And she's like bippity boppity booing her reality. Like, that's so funny. Like, that's what I got from her, is I got, like, the fairy godmother, okay? And she's just like, she's like making magic of her experience. Like, she is turning, like, okay, like Cinderella, she's just, you know, in ratted and torn clothes, and she just, you know, bippity boppity boos, and then Cinderella is just in this gorgeous gown, right? Like, she was able to create, like, she was able to transform, she was able to take tragedy and turn it into beauty, right? And that is what you're doing right here in your near future. That is the energy that's happening. You're able to beautify your experience in your life. And then I'm looking over here, this Nine of Pentacles, and look at the little birdie. And she is she's got this bounty. She's got the fruit basket on the top of her head, and that symbolizes abundance and bounty, harvest, that kind of thing. And so I do feel like there is a flourishing in your life. It could be in terms of finances, but it could also just be living your best life. And it also could be, what's the word that I like to use with the Nine of Pentacles? It didn't come to me. Maybe it will. But so anyway, you, I feel like, are mending your existence, like we were talking about. And I do feel like, you know, to me, it's kind of like the Queen and King of Swords. They're both very, very emotionless, stern individuals, right? And she still kind of looks that way, but I do feel like even though she's got the needle right there, which could be a sword, it can be a very hard, cold energy because of the fact that it is with this thread and it's sparkling. It does seem to be more in tune with that spiritual softness, okay? That spiritual creation mode energy, okay? And it is also about decisiveness. It's taking dominion over your life. It's stepping into that authority right here, being the king. You've got, look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4 kings on the table. No queens, no knights, just kings. Just kings. So what that tells me is that you're a king. You know what I mean, Taurus? You're not a bull, you're not a cow, you're a king. One of my favorite tarot readers, a Scorched Earth. Actually, she is my favorite. She labeled one of her readings that not a bull, not a cow, but a king or something like that. Maybe you should go back and watch that, or go and watch that, because that actually could have some relevance. And you know I'm going to now. I'm going to go look for it because I'm like, I feel like this actually could maybe tie in with that reading. Not sure yet, but I will go back and look and see. But anyway, so the Magician came out here with the King of Swords. And so for me, that is, you know, your ability to, again, make some magic in your life, you know, and pull a rabbit out of the hat. See what you can make of a situation. See what you can do with the situation. And, you know, I'm looking at, like, the sparkler that the Magician is holding. And you know, the 4th of July just passed. And so I was thinking about, like joy, like children running around with joy. And, the butterfly, which symbolizes transformation. I'm not entirely sure what the goose symbolizes, but if I had to guess, I'm sure it would have to do with being in the flow, like the spiritual flow, because the goose is literally sitting in water. And if you notice that there is a window here, a window of opportunity, and she has a party hat, so she is celebrating something in her life. And so I feel like you are going to have a cause for celebration because you have revelry and indulgence. On the other side of this, you have a cause for celebration. Okay, we're going to look at the night ride. It says, protector, wonder in the night, big brother, friendship. An elephant transports 2 owls on his back, a mother with her young bird child. Protectively, she has folded her wing over the young owl's head. The elephant rides through the night, blowing stars up into the sky through his trunk. Connected with magic and wonder, like we're talking about, the elephant is a protector, a strong shoulder to lean on in all times. Even during dark times, you can feel safe and secure beside him. So for me, I feel like the elephant is spirit. Okay, and the elephant is guiding you and helping you to feel safe, secure in this transition, in this passage in your life, okay? To be able to find the beauty, because he's blowing these beautiful stars up into the sky, you know? It's like they're the stars of hope and wishes and dreams and opportunity. And that's what I'm feeling here for you, is that you're moving in that direction. You have a reason to trust. And I do get the sense that, you know, you are making magic in your own life. And it could be that you're being given the power to do so. Like you're being given the power from spirit to do so, to create more magic in your life, to be able to see the beauty, to maybe even be able to see some more money with that 9 of Pentacles. So then the observer is talking about patience, awareness, and focus. A woman is looking through an old-fashioned camera, ready to take a photograph. She observes the landscape before her. All is quiet, all is peaceful. We don't know how long this woman has been waiting for the perfect shot. And so that's really interesting. Like you have been waiting for the perfect shot in your life. And now I do get the sense that that is coming. Because remember the dreams, like the dreams on the dandelions coming true for you. She has the patience to remain focused until the decisive moment presents itself. Strength lies in her calmness. She lives in the present and does not get easily distracted. And that's the thing too, is living in the present moment, not getting too far into the future, not dwelling too much into the past, not dwelling so much in like what didn't work out and all of that stuff, and not being too far into the future worrying about what might not work out and, you know, what all you got to do and yada 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 yada. No, this is about being right here right now and seeing how you can beautify your own experience, seeing how you can make magic out of your challenges. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you some closing oracle messages, Taurus. All right, you've got Judgment card, rebirth, a new phase, and an inner calling. The Orin. I love the Orin. This is the Never-Ending Story deck. If you know, you know. Love those movies. Okay, come on, cards, shuffle out. They are not very easy to shuffle because it's only the major arcanas. There we go. We got one. The World card, completion, wholeness, attainment, celebration of life. Okay, so you have a reason to celebrate. And do you notice that this person is holding a seed, holding a new opportunity, right? The rebirth, okay? The rebirth. You've completed this cycle. Yeah, it may have been a challenging one for sure, but now you're getting the opportunity to move forward with the Chariot, to make progress, to integrate everything that you learned, everything that you experienced, and move yourself forward, okay? And you got the swamps of sadness with the star. Hope, calm, it's a good omen. The stars are telling you this is a good omen, okay? It's time to pay attention to the good omens. It's time to get out of what happened and focus on the good omens. With this Page of Cups right here, to me, that's what she's doing. She's looking at this fish in her cup, and she does not seem to be bothered by that. I think that she sees that fish in her cup is a good omen. So that's what I have for you, and I hope that this helps, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.